Hi everyone and welcome to my place. Now, last Christmas, the Christmas just passed, I did this fabulous ceiling display or doorway, or it could have been for a beautiful table setting. It could be for Christmas, it could be for Valentine's, it could be for all sorts of things. I've had lots of requests. Astar, can you do it in just foliage with a few flowers? Well, let me tell you, you can. And this is my tropical take, or my foliage take on something beautiful to take up to the ceiling, to drip down. And it is so easy to do. Let me walk you through it. First off, you need to get, and for those who saw me do the first one, just let me, and for those who haven't, let me just reiterate, you could use a little piece of wood to the length desired, or you could use, if you want to put it over a doorway, you could use a piece of this rod, and the rod comes, it's actually a curtain rod, and it comes with brackets that you can fix above onto the ceiling or above the doorway, and once it's finished it just hooks over the little hooky little bits that comes with the set. But I decided that I wanted something woody because I want to keep it a little bit more natural. Now this here, this bit of white string is not really what I would use. When I do installations like this, why don't we just call it a ceiling installation of just foliage? So when I do mine, when I'm out and about and for my clients and for special events, I would use fishing line because it's much, much easier. At the ends here, I've used some little hooks. These are the little hooks. They look like that there. I'll put that down so that you can see it, if you can see it. Just little tiny little hooks that you can just screw into the ends, and then through the eyelet you can just put the rope or cord or whatever it is that you want to use to suspend your work. Getting rid of those because we don't want those. Now, the first thing is the lights. Now this is a nuisance when you're doing this because it does get in the road, but it is better to do it now. I've got some fairy lights. The reason I've got the fairy lights is because I like to add just a little bit. It's hanging from the ceiling if it's an event at night time. You just need something to just give it a little bit of lift up there. You can use as many types of lights as you like, but I've just got the one here. Before you even start doing anything, make sure that it's going, and what I like to do is to just cable tie that onto place so that it doesn't move, but also you've got the access so that you can get to your stop and your on and off. Okay, that will be okay for that. And then the other thing that I like to do is with my gun, and I like to do it on both sides. Oh, that didn't even go in. Why didn't that go in? Maybe that's not going to go in. So if that's going to be the case, let's just use little bits of wire, and I'll just cut those up because we don't need them that long. Okay, getting rid of that there. And then I think that this might just be the best way of doing it. Just put a little twist, a little bit of wire, and twist that through there, and you have some bits drooping down. And then just twist that around there. And that bit seems to want to go over there, so I'll just let that do that over to there. And I'm going to just leave that bit hanging down. If you want to, you could put more of these into here, but I think that this will do me for now. Okay, moving along, the next to go in is something that's got some movement. So I've got this lovely bit of grapevine here, so I'm going to use that. Now at the end here, when you buy these, I think you can get them at Dollar Tree, I think that's what you call it, or there's Michael's all over the place. Now that little bit there, I'm just going to cut that off because I don't really want that, and that's just plastic that's going nowhere. You could also do this with real foliage, but you just have to bear in mind that if it is going to be all green, you're going to have to keep it watered, and also it's not going to last as long as the base. So sometimes when I'm doing these, I like to use the artificial because you're not going to see when it's hanging on the ceiling anyway, and it just gives you a good base. And also this could be used for many, many events throughout the year. And as I said, I did one for Christmas and it's gone into Valentine's Day. It's been used for weddings. It's just fantastic. And so the same with this. Once you've got your base in, you're set to go. Right, the next to go into here is going to be a few pieces of some twisty willow. You can either use the fresh or the artificial. I prefer to use the artificial because I know that that is not going to dry off and get all sort of like crispy and then fall all over the place. Also, this gives a lovely movement, and also if you want to extend this, it's just a matter of like, you can just take this as far out as you want to. Beautiful. Okay, and then I'm just going to bring that one into there. Now, about now, this is when I just start to just, using a few cable ties, just get this and sort of just fix everything into place so that your main structure, which way am I going? Your main structure is nice and tight and firm before you go on too far. Because if your base is set, then your work is going to be set. And you know that your base structure is firm and in place. And I only really need to at this stage. So I'll just take that up and into there. And just give that a good tug like that. And that'll also keep your lights in place as well. Okay, now from there, the next thing to put in is, I've got some lovely big leaves here. I'm going to put those in because they give a nice tropical air. And these can just go whichever way you like to put them in. But they do sort of just like give that little bit of strength and stability to your design, which is what we want. That can go to there. Oh, I knew I had 5. I knew I did. So that can just go to there, and then that can go into there. And as I'm going, I'm just noticing that these long ones up here are a little bit shorter, and I don't know that I'm going to trust those falling out. So if in doubt, just do it as you go to make sure that nothing is going to fall out. And I haven't really I haven't cut anything actually, because I don't, at this stage, they just all sort of like twist in amongst each other, and that also gives you a nice foundation. Right, the next to go in is, because it's tropical, look, I've got all this beautiful tropical stuff here, that can just lay on top of there. And if it looks like I'm just plonking them down, I am, because that's weird. And I think that what's so lovely about tropical work or green foliage work, in nature, nothing is perfect. So if they want to go this way or that way or wherever they want to go, just let them do it. It's great. Okay, now the next thing, once those are in, and oops, before I go any further, I'm going to secure these now because I'm about to put flowers through here. See, with just a few forms and the different types of forms that you add in, this is going to give you what's happening here? This is going to give you that movement and that visual interest. And as I said, a little goes a long way, and I like that. Minimum effort in, maximum visual output. That is great. Okay, so I now need to go down and into here. And if some of them get a bit sort of squashed up, don't worry about that, because we can always loosen them off at the start. And if you're not sure and you don't want to make it too sort of like tight, just when you're tying those off, just make sure that you can actually I don't know what I was going to say there. Yeah, when you're doing it, you can make it making it loose will mean that you won't have so much drag and pull on and squishiness. That's what I was looking for, squishiness. Let's have a look and see what we're doing here. Oh yeah, look at that. Yay! See, that's suspended from the ceiling, and how beautiful is it going to look? Oh, loving it. Okay, next to go in are a few flowers. And as I was saying, you don't need a lot. Right, I'm using the white hanging amaranthus because there's the white in that, I don't know what that leaf is, don't know what it is, but it's a very nice leaf. And it gives a little bit of lightness. So when you're going up, and if it's going to be in the night light, just make sure that your colours you've got some lights into there so that you can actually see them. And I'm just going to bring that down and into there. So that's going that way. So what I'll do with this one is I'll bring that to go over to that side. Now, one beautiful orchid. Do I need all of that stem? No, I don't. And the beauty of these is that you can take that big long bit out and just use the shorter bit. So I'm going to put that into there. And then I've got some gorgeous berries that I want to put through and into there. And because we've crisscrossed everything, I love it because you've got a structure in which to put your things in, to put your forms into, and they'll just all beautiful, just like connect and just all stay put and in place. And as I said, if you need to, you can always use more cable ties to achieve the look that you want. And with these snowberries, I want these to come through the design to break down the heaviness of what's happening with that orchid. You could use Phalaenopsis orchid, you could use dendrobiums, you could use the lovely little dancing lady, but anyway, there we have an almost completed design. Now, the other thing that I like to do is to use these here. Let me just show you these. These are my latest, greatest find, and I absolutely love them. They come in a set of 4. They are plastic baubles. The great thing about these is they unscrew and you can fill them. So I've just got some preserved green hydrangea here. You perhaps put some hydrangeas into here. Look, the sky's the limit. It's just whatever you want, and there is no right or wrong way. And what I love about these is that these can suspend down from your design. I don't know where I'm going to put these. Doesn't matter. But these could, I'll just hold it up so I can show you what I'm talking about. These could just hang down through your design and then the light will catch those. But doesn't that just look beautiful? I love it. I think that these have got legs that will walk many, many designers miles. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed sharing it with you. And I look forward to seeing you all again another day. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it.